How's the power feel, Robert?
It's 112 pounder, bro. Shit. Right now? 112 pounder. I ain't wearing this because of Bam, right? Just so you guys know. He's got power. Bam's strong 112 pounder. Let's go back.
Speaking of Bam and Nonito, how would that look in their prime?
Man, Bam loves Nonito. Nonito's his favorite fighter. And Bam might not like it, but I think I would pick Nonito.
Damn, bro, that was tough, man. Bam's still young, too. We still
Bam's 26. So people have told me, has Bam already done more than Nonito? I said, look, Bam still has a few years, at least 3-4 years left in his career. By then, I could probably say yes, when he's retired. But right now, there's still so much that he's going to show, that he's going to do, that he's going to accomplish. But Nonito, with me, we accomplished a lot, man. You know, when he became champion against Montiel, very few thought he could beat Montiel, and they knocked him out so cold that it was unbelievable. The performances that he had were awesome, man. I had a talk with Nonito, like a week ago. I could probably still say he's one of my favorites, man. Just because of his style, but the person that he is, man. I love him.
Boxing trainer Robert Garcia summed it up perfectly about Jesse Bam Rodriguez. At only 26 years old, Bam has achieved so much in his career, but he's not done yet. Bam has still got a lot more to achieve in his quest to become one of the greatest boxers in the lightweight division. And while fans have been eagerly waiting for him to get in the ring against fellow pound-for-pound star Naoya Inoue in an epic showdown, Bam has one more obstacle to cross before that. On June 13th, Bam is gearing up to clash with WBA bantamweight champion Antonio Vargas. The Superstar Unified Junior Bantamweight World Champion will move up in weight and attempt to become a 3-division world champion. This will be a major step in securing that high-voltage clash with Inoue, but Vargas has his own plans and will be eager to cause an upset and dent Bam's and the fans' hopes of this epic fight.
Usually the lower weight classes are dominated by Eastern fighters, and you're really the one American that's really stepping up and kind of being at the top of the game. How does it feel to kind of, represent for the States in the lower weight classes?
Feels good, man. I'm just thankful that I have a belt, a little bit more favor, balls in my court. As an American fighter, man, especially in the lower weight class, you said it, they're more dominated by the, the Eastern coaches and stuff like that. So I want to fight these guys, man. I want to bring all the belts back to America in my weight class. I was telling my promoter the next fight, if I can fight for a belt, I would like to fight for a belt as soon as possible and try to unify and become undisputed.
Vargas did an interview recently where he shared his excitement about the fight and getting the opportunity to face such a talented boxer.
Yeah, man, he's a very special guy, man. I'm just thankful I get the opportunity to share the experience fighting a guy like that. So, you know, this fight I'm gonna have to bring all my tools to the table because the guy has a lot of skills, good angles. He likes to press forward. So it's I'm gonna have to bring the best version of myself to make sure I beat this guy, you know, June 13th.
He also shared his fight plan and the challenge Bam brings to the ring. Vargas also talked about the reason behind this fight and why he needs to win this matchup.
I was excited, man. I wanted to fight. They told me about a year ago that it was a possibility that I could fight him. So I've been kind of just watching him and training. I'm like, I knew the fight was gonna happen one day, and I think it was like 2 months ago. They told me, hey, man, like you're gonna fight him. So I'm like, let's make it happen. I'm ready.
¿Cómo va a ser un Vargas de aquí a la pelea? Cada vez que te acuestes en esa almohada y decir, ¿cómo le voy a ganar a uno de los mejores boxeadores libra por libra en estos momentos?
I think just making the adjustments I need to make. Landing the right shots in the fight, and that'll definitely turn things in my favor. And most importantly, man, my help comes from Christ, man. He gives me the strength. I've seen God's hand in my corner these last 3 fights. I would not be here in this position if God would have given me the strength to get these wins. So my strength and my support comes from Jesus. He gave me the strength, and I know June 13th he's going to be in the ring with me, and I look forward to lifting his name up and glorifying Jesus.
Sabemos que tú eres el campeón, ¿verdad? El campeón de las 118 libras, pero ganarle a An va a cambiar tu nombre, va a ser explotar tu nombre para ver quién eres tú en el boxeo.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. You know, I just got to get past him so people can know who I am, and the more people know who I am, the more people I let know who the God I serve, which is Jesus. I want to make him famous. So that's what I fight for his glory. And I know after I beat him, it's going to give me a new platform to glorify Jesus.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
In another interview, Vargas opened up about his preparations for this fight. Seeing the immense challenge ahead of him, Vargas has focused on studying Bam and preparing accordingly. He identified Rodriguez's unique movement, rhythm, and lateral angles as his most dangerous assets. He noted that Rodriguez is also quite large for his weight class. Adding to the challenge, Vargas believes the X factor in neutralizing Rodriguez is catching him in between punches and avoiding staying in front of him for too long, a lesson he learned from his previous fight in Japan. By incorporating more in and out boxing rather than just straightforward pressure, Vargas aims to make necessary adjustments to capitalize on openings and shift the momentum in his favor.
But, fighting Bam, there's a lot of, question marks with him. No one has really tested him and really neutralized him. What has been the biggest focus in this training camp?
I think his main weapons is his movement, because he likes to put pressure. But it's just his movement. So that's what makes him special. That's why he's, knocking a lot of these guys out, is his rhythm. He has a very unique rhythm. Like I say, he's a pressure fighter that likes to, come forward with angles, and most fighters don't see that. Another thing too, man, he's a pretty big 115, man. Some of the guys he's fighting, man, he's he has a pretty big body frame for that weight class too. So I think those are the main things we've been training for and get ready. Just his angles, his lateral movement and stuff like that, as well as the pressure. So definitely see how that goes during this fight.
Yeah, and stylistically, you're naturally a front forward fighter, like to, use calculated pressure. You can hit hard, you can crack. But what do you think is the X factor to kind of neutralize Bam in this fight?
I think it just comes down to like catching him in between punches. Because with him, like I want to press him, but I just don't want to stay in front of him too long. That's a mistake I made in my last fight. When I fought my last fight in Japan, I was just staying in front of him too long. The game plan, I was trying to box him, and I'm like, man, okay, this guy is on the back foot. He's trying to box me, and then when he dropped me in the 4th round, I'm like, I really gotta bring it to this guy, because him being in his hometown and stuff like that. So, that's one of the things, but I'm like, man, let me not just go straight forward all the time. If I'm going forward, moving, boxing and kind of switching it up. So I think those are one of the main things, just making the adjustments and catching them in between shots. I think that would change the fight, more in my favor.
Vargas also touched on how big of a fight this is for his career. Fighting someone like Bam automatically puts immense pressure on a fighter to give his best, and Vargas plans to do exactly that. He feels that this is the biggest fight of his career. Facing a top 5 pound-for-pound talent, Vargas believes that securing a victory would be life-changing, elevating his status, and finally allowing him to call the shots as an A-side fighter. He expressed immense excitement for the opportunity to pursue unifications and become undisputed at bantamweight, recognizing that both he and Rodriguez are the primary Americans representing the lower weight classes. Vargas is determined to pave the way for future fighters in those divisions.
For sure. And it's interesting because, you know, with fighting Bam, you're fighting arguably one of the pound for pound best fighters in the world. Like not even like borderline top 10. He's top 5 pound for pound right now. You know, do you feel like this is the biggest fight of your career?
Most definitely, man. Definitely the biggest fight, biggest name. Yeah, this is the level of excitement, man. Is the preparation is there, man. Because like I said, beating a guy like this, it will change my life forever. Like you said, he's one of the greatest boxing. He's definitely top 5, top 4 right now. So I look forward to this fight, man. I know, if I do what I got to do, after I get this win, it's definitely gonna change my life. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, and with the win against a guy with that much high profile, with someone who garners so much attention, obviously a lot of eyes are going to be on you. And if you get past him, it feels like ball will be in your court. Once you get past this fight, do you feel like you get to call the shots and potentially get unified and undisputed? You get to kind of be on the A side of things?
Most definitely, man. And that's what I'm hoping for. I've been praying and asking the Lord to be on that A side. But it comes at a price, and I gotta beat guys like this. So I know this is gonna be a good opportunity for me to get what I've been training so hard for, to be on that A side and get the unifications and become undisputed. So this is a life-changing fight. One of the biggest names in boxing. Definitely my biggest fight to come. So I'm definitely
But speaking of Bam, he's confident going into this fight. In an interview after the first press conference, he expressed immense excitement about moving up to bantamweight at age 26 to pursue his 3rd world title in a 3rd division. He views this as a massive milestone toward his goal of becoming a boxing legend. Regarding his future, Bam envisions eventually reaching 126 pounds, with 130 pounds being his absolute physical cap before retirement. While he is focused on capturing the 118-pound belt, he also remains open to moving back down to 115 pounds for an undisputed run if the opportunity arises.
All right, well, look, moving up again. It's obviously very important for you to, place your name in as a legend one day, to become a possible 3-time world division champion. How does it all feel for you right now to be given that opportunity against Vargas?
It's exciting just to be back in the mix, finally have a fight day, finally have something to work towards. So for me to move up once again and try to conquer another world title in another weight division, become 3-division world champion at 26 years old would be a huge accomplishment. So that's my main goal right now, and June 13th, I'm going to make sure I accomplish that.
Now this is going to be, what, your 4th time fighting in Glendale?
Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona.
2nd time in Glendale.
Is it 2nd time?
Yeah, I had 2 fights in Phoenix.
Oh, okay. So I thought it was 4th time. But I know I read somewhere that you wanted to actually have it back in your hometown, but the venue wasn't available. That's obviously in the near future something you'd want to have.
Yeah, for sure. I was hoping it was this fight, but the Spurs are in the playoffs and most likely going to make the final. So they had to book. Yeah, they had to go Spurs go. So I mean, I have no problem with that. The time will come once it's time to actually go back and fight back home. So there's no rush. I have a lot more fights left in me. So when the time comes, I'll be more than ready.
What weight class do you see yourself maybe eventually retiring at? Because obviously there's the talks of people wanting to see if you would end up fighting the winner of Inoue versus Nakatani. I mean, that's another division up. So where do you see that could possibly be the highest weight class that you would go to?
Honestly, I think 126, I think 130 would be pushing it, but it is doable, I think, once I'm, close to retirement, but 126 would probably be the cap.
Yeah, and you're still young, so you're really still coming into your own.
Yeah, I'm only 26 years old. I just turned 26 in January, so we'll see. It's a matter of time. Time will tell. So one fight at a time, like I said.
But while moving down is an option, the only way Bam can achieve legendary status is by moving up to and fighting the monster, Naoya Inoue. Bam recognizes the hype behind the matchup with Inoue, and during his latest interviews, he talked about this being the greatest fight in lightweight boxing. In his interviews with Max Kellerman, he regards a potential fight with Naoya Inoue to be the biggest fight ever. Bam acknowledged the matchup to be a massive one for the sport.
They see you and they see the monster, and it just looks different. Yes. You two look like different kinds of animals than everybody else. And that's really what super fights and eras are about. The dust settles, two guys are left standing. When you survey the landscape, is the monster that guy for you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people have been mentioning that fight even before I became who I am today. So I know when that fight does happen, it's going to be huge for the sport of boxing.
I think we're all in agreement.
In his latest interview before the Vargas fight, too, Bam reiterated that the super fight with Inoue is closer than ever. He believes the matchup is inevitable as long as both fighters keep winning. Bam emphasized that the fight could be easier to finalize because he is more than willing to travel to Japan, a place he genuinely enjoys visiting. While he isn't certain of the exact timing, he envisions the clash happening as early as the end of this year or by mid-2027, depending on their respective schedules.
Obviously, a name that's kind of etched alongside yours is Naoya Inoue. This is the first time I've ever heard Eddie Hearn actually speak about it like it's going to happen. Yeah. Have you had those discussions?
No, not with Eddie. No, I mean, not with no one really, but in the back of my mind, I know that fight is going to happen down the line. I feel like it's closer than ever now. As long as I keep winning, he keeps winning, then I feel like it's going to happen.
I don't think, maybe you'll correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think you'd have any problem going to Japan because you love Japan from what I know of you. Does that make it easier to make this fight happen because you're open to going to Japan to make it happen and he doesn't have to come to the US?
I mean, I feel like it would be a whole lot easier to make that fight happen just because I love going to Japan and spending time there, so I have no problem going over there to fight.
In terms of Vargas, what can we expect from him when you step inside that ring in Arizona?
He's a tough fighter. He gets dropped, but he gets up and fights his ass off, so I know he has a lot of heart. He has a lot of will to win, so I'm expecting a very tough fight. A lot of people are writing him off just because they don't know who he is, but if they go back and look at his amateur pedigree, then they'll see that he's a real fighter. He's a U.S. Olympian, so that speaks a lot about his skills and abilities, so I'm expecting a very tough fight.
Do you believe that once you do come through this against Vargas, that at the end of this year, there's a possibility that we could see the Naoya Inoue fight, all being well that he beats Nakatani coming up?
If not this year, I think early next year or mid next year for sure.
Obviously, in Japan, they love to do those fights around Christmas time. Is that something that maybe could be on the horizon?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know too much about that. I'm just ready to fight whenever the time does approach.
Finally, Jaron Ennis's dad, Bozy, praised Bam for being one of the best boxers in the world right now. He praised Bam's fighting style and the accolades he's achieved in such a short span. He also admired Bam's personality and touched on how he presents himself before fights, implying that he's the most calm and composed fighter he's ever seen.
Little Bam, you know what I mean?
How good is he, Mr. Bozy?
Bam, remember Bam's still young too. Bam can be greater than what he is now. You know what I mean? He's one of the greats, man, for pound, young as he is.
What did you see in that fight?
I see Bam taking his time. You see how relaxed he was. Took his time, relaxed. Box when he wanted to box, use his jab, then fight him inside. And he's so comfortable, man. You know what I mean? A great fighter, man. He's a great fighter.
Excellent footwork.
Good.
Right? Like, you always preach angles and shifting.
Yep.
Is he one of the best examples of that in boxing?
Oh, yeah. He does it. He does. I mean, he's real good, man. He's real good. There ain't nothing you really say nothing about him. And he comes to fight. Yeah. You know, he comes to fight. He'll box you, he'll fight you. You know what I mean? He got it all, man.
Now, you always critical of dudes that talk too much. At the press conference, the face-off, the guy was doing a lot of rapping, talking about what he was going to. Yeah, Bam was real calm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Are those the guys that you got worried about?
Them the guys you worry about, the ones that don't run their mouth and don't say how they say nothing. And Bam is one of them. You know what I mean? You got Boots. You know what I mean? And really, if you look at it, you got Virgil. Virgil don't really run his mouth unless somebody say something. You know what I mean? These guys, them the guys you look out for when it come down to fighting. You know what I mean? They sneak right up on you before you know it.
Facts.
Yeah.
What's a good fight for Bam next? Everybody wants to see either Nakatani or Inoue.
In a way,
Yeah.
I think right now,
He also talked about knowing Bam for a long time and revealed that Bam and Boots shared a room back during his amateur days. He also touched on the potential fight with Naoya Inoue, stating that it's the biggest boxing fight ever.
yeah.
What's a good fight for Bam next? Everybody wants to see either Nakatani or Inoue.
In a way,
Yeah.
I think right now, he got to move up to fight them guys.
Yeah, so Inoue's at 22.
Yeah.
He's at 15.
Right. So whoever had 15, who had 15?
I think it's one more belt to get.
Well, once he get that one more belt, then he probably can move up. I'd like to see him fight either one of them guys.
Yeah.
I wouldn't rush it though right now. He's still young.
Yeah, he's still with
You know what I mean?
24.
That's what they do. They ruin a lot of them young fighters, man. Pushing them, keep on pushing them and pushing them. You know what I mean? Until some of the fights that really don't need right now. You know?
How long have you known Bam?
Oh, I've been watching Bam for a long time. You know what I mean?
What, since the amateurs?
No, I don't remember Bam in the amateurs. I don't remember.
I remember Bam was telling me that Boots was his roommate when they went away to I think Colorado.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. That was a while ago too. Yeah. Since the amateurs, I've been knowing him there. I've been knowing him since the amateurs though, but I forgot that he was with Boots in the room. They room together.
Finally, Bam's trainer Robert Garcia made a shocking statement regarding the potential mega fight with Naoya Inoue. In an interview, when asked about Bam fighting Naoya Inoue next, Garcia quickly shut down talks and proclaimed that he's only focused on the world title clash with Antonio Vargas for now. He further revealed that Bam has been approached to fight Inoue multiple times, but the negotiations never went further than the initial phase. He believes that the fight is eventually going to happen, but now he and Bam are focused on June 13th and becoming champion in a third weight class.
Inoue won. Bam has his fight coming up on June 13th in about a little bit under a month and everything. Let's talk about the fact that they've already pretty much are trying to make it for January 2027. How do you feel about that? What do you think about that? And if it is, where do you think it should be held?
Look, I think we're in the same situation as last time when we were getting ready to fight Cafu, and they brought up the fight. They first brought up the fight against Junto.
Yeah.
We agreed. We agreed to everything, and then they told me it wasn't going to be Junto after all. It's going to be Puma Martinez. So we're like, okay, but we didn't want to talk about anything because we had a fight with Cafu. So we're in the same situation right now. We have Antonio Vargas. I don't want to look past Antonio Vargas. We have to go out there and it's Bam's first fight at 118. So I can't start talking about fighting Inoue when we still have Antonio Vargas, our first fight at 118. So we'll see, but yeah, I've been getting a lot of calls. Yes, I've been hearing a lot of, they already said early next year. At first it was supposed to be February, now it's January, whatever. I don't even want to focus on that because we have a big important fight in front of us.
Bam echoed Garcia's statement in his latest interview, stressing that winning against Antonio Vargas is his main focus. A loss here could end any hopes of the mega clash with Inoue taking place.
I say focus, one fight at a time. It's always been my mentality. People are talking about the Inoue fight so much, but that fight will never even happen if I don't get past this one. So I know this is the main goal, to get the win right now, and then after this one we can talk more about it, but one fight at a time.
The bantamweight clash with Antonio Vargas puts Bam even closer to the Inoue fight. A victory here means Bam can have multiple options. He can either move up to fight Inoue and treat fans to an exciting fight, or he can challenge other boxers at bantamweight in hopes of becoming undisputed. We'd love to hear from you though. Do you think it's the right time for Bam Rodriguez to fight in the biggest fight of his career against Naoya Inoue? Or should he wait before he gets more experience before facing the monster? Let me know in the comments. That's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned and we will catch you in the next video.